In this video, we would understand what is GCF. GCF is an acronym of Greatest Common Factor. Let's understand what is meant by Greatest Common Factor. We already know what are factors. Greatest Common Factor deals with common factors in the given question. Let's understand this with an example. This question wants us to find out the greatest common factor between two numbers, 15 and 20. So for doing this type of a problem, we have to write on the common factors of 15 and 20. So for doing this question, we have to write on all the factors of 15 and 20. And let's make the factor rainbow. 15 factors are 1, 15. Next we have is 2. 15 does not come in the table of 2, so we'll skip 2. After that, the number is 3. 3 comes in the table of 15 at 5. After 15, after 3, we have 4. 15 never comes in the table of 4. Then 5 we have already included. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We never see 15 again. So 15 comes in the table of 1, 15, 3, and 5. These are the four factors of 15. Let's write on the factors of 20. We have 1 at the place of 20. Then we have 2 at the place of 10. So 2 times 10 is 20. 1 times 20 is 20. 2 times 10 is 20. Next 3, we would not be able to see 20 in the table of 3. Next is 4. We would be able to see 20 in the table of 4. Then we multiply 4 with 5. So 4 and 5 both are the factors of 20. After that, we do not have any more factors of 20. Therefore, we notice that 20 has 6 factors and they are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. Let's circle the common factors of both 15 and 20. That's the next step. So 1 is common. Next we see 5 is common in both. And after that, nothing is common. If the question wants us to write on the common factors of 15 and 20, then the common factors are 5 and 1. However, the question wants us to find out GCF. GCF is the greatest common factor. So out of the common factors that we have taken for both the numbers, the greatest number is the part of the answer of greatest common factor. And that's how we find out the greatest common factor. Here in this video, we are finding the greatest common factor using factor rainbow method. So we are finding the factor rainbow for each of the numbers and we are writing the common factors. There is another method to find out GCF, and that's using prime factoring or factor tree method that we would learn later. Let's take another example for the sake of practice. Here also we are finding the greatest common factor, so we would write on all the factors of 36 and 24 individually. 36 factors are 1, 36, 2, 18, 3, 12. Then we have 4 at 9. We do not see 36 in the table of 5. Then we have 6. And after 6, 7 and 8, we do not see 36. Then we see 36 in the table of 9. That has already been used. After that, we see it in the table of 12, 18, and 36. So these are all the factors of 36. Similarly, we find out the factors of 24, and those are 1, 24. Then we have 2, 12. Then we have 3. When we multiply 3 with 8, so 3 and 8 both are factors of 24. Next we have 4, 6. Next 5, we would not be able to see. So these are all the factors of 24. Let's write on all the common factors now. So we have 1 common. Let's write that down. Then we also have 2 common. The next number we have common is 3. Next number we have common is 4. We also have 6 common. Then we have 12 common. And that's it. So these are all the common factors. However, the greatest common factor is the highest number that we see, and that is 12. And this is how we find the greatest common factor or GCF for the given two numbers. Same method is going to be used if we are supposed to find out the greatest common factor in the given numbers that are more than 2. For example, if we're given 3 numbers or 4 numbers, the process stays the same. We can take an example when we are given 3 numbers to find out the greatest common factor. And the example is, if you're supposed to find out the greatest common factor for 7, 14, and 35, we write on all the factors of each of these numbers. So factors of 7 are 1, 7. Factors of 14 are 1, 14, then 2, then 7. Factors of 35 are 135, then we have 5 and 7. So these are all the factors. Then we will have to circle the common factors. Common factors are 1. Any other factor that's common is 7. We need to make sure that it has to be common in all three numbers. If it's common in two of the numbers, it's still not a greatest common factor because that question has three numbers. So we have to make sure that the common factor has to be common for all three numbers. This 7 is common in all three numbers. Therefore, the greatest common factor is 7 because this is the greatest number that's common in the three numbers. And this is how we find out greatest common factor using factor rainbow method, or writing all the factors dry, or the method in which we write on all the factors and then figure out the greatest common factor.